Packer the Naturopath. Thanks for coming back. Check it out my channel. We're still talking about vitamin C. We're going to talk about vitamin C and kidney stones. Yep, the microphone's on. I hear this all the time from people. I can't take vitamin C powder. Yeah, I've been reading. There's Harvard studies and studies that show that men, there was a study, I think a 2012 or 13 study, that showed that men who took vitamin C had a higher risk of getting kidney stones. So if you look at kidney stones, they did research. I think they looked at over 40,000 kidney stone cases, and they found most of them were calcium oxalate stones. So if we have a look at the causes, and don't jump on the bandwagon and say I can't have calcium, because calcium is not really what causes kidney stones. But kidney stones, from my clinic experience, come generally from several factors. One is, the most important one is dehydration. Most people I've met never ever drink enough of this stuff. They just don't drink enough water. And when they do drink fluids, they drink lots of coffee, tea and alcohol, which are all very dehydrating, making you pass out more water and concentrating the urine more and shoving you towards a potential for building these oxalate stones. And then people say oxalic acid causes kidney stones. If you eat too much spinach, if you eat too much that. In my clinic, I have seen people get kidney stones, but when I examined each case, I found often that people were eating, for example, ridiculous amounts of spinach, or they were drinking spinach juice, glasses of spinach juice, eating steamed spinach. You just can't live like that. Chocolate, rhubarb, spinach, there are many foods that contain these oxalates in them, right? But if you eat sensibly like I do, you'll never ever have a problem with kidney stones. Medications are linked with kidney stones. There are many different aspects of this kidney stone debate. But taking normal amounts of vitamin C, 1, 2, 3 grams per day, drinking adequate amounts of water, being well hydrated, cutting your caffeine consumption right back, drinking minimal alcohol, small amounts, refraining from lots of candy, lots of ice cream, lots of crappy foods. But particularly being well hydrated will certainly prevent the risk of kidney stones. Kidney stones have also shown to be much higher in people with really low levels of magnesium, calcium and B vitamins. B6, for example, is a great preventative for kidney stone development. So it's not fair to kick vitamin C in the guts and say that it's responsible for kidney stones when developing oxalate stones, which are the most common ones. The cystine stones make up a smaller percentage, but for example, I developed a kidney stone when I was a young guy going to the gym. I was quite a young man, but I was drinking litres and litres of milk and dairy products all the time. It was much too much. I was having protein shakes with lots of cow's milk in it. I developed a kidney stone. My granddad always proudly showed us, when we were young, a jar full of kidney stones, and then he showed the scar on his back where he'd been operated on. Granddad's favourite drink was coffee, was brewed coffee. He would think nothing of drinking between 10 to 15 cups of coffee a day. I never saw my granddad with this stuff. He only drank coffee, didn't drink alcohol, just coffee, coffee, coffee. So when you live a lifestyle like that, when you live a strange lifestyle, you don't drink water, you're drinking or eating foods high in oxalates, you're pushing your body into dehydration, you can't blame vitamin C. I've never seen a patient ever in my clinic with kidney stones who was drinking 6 to 8 glasses of water a day, minimal alcohol, who didn't eat slabs of meat 3 times per day, who didn't have spinach drinks and those weird sort of diets. Those people don't develop kidney stones who live a normal lifestyle. It's the people who live the crazy lifestyles. And often the research focuses, when it focuses on a wide array of men, you can imagine how many of those men in the study were drinking alcohol and just not drinking any water and taking the vitamin C, and then they started developing this pattern. Now, why don't they do studies on the effects of kidneys on people who take pharmaceutical drugs for 20 or 30 years? It's shocking what you'll see. The kidneys, the liver, they all get toxified by these drugs. You don't really see enough studies there bashing old pharmaceutical drugs, but you're quick to see them bashing the heck out of vitamin C. But you make up your own mind. If you live a clean lifestyle like I do, you'll never have kidney stones. But when you start straying away from nature, you're going to get problems. Thanks for tuning in.